Scone, presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. What a day. Late start today. It's 5 minutes till 10. This is the latest I have slept in as long as I can remember, even on vacation. Um, I woke up at 7:30, took some Advil, went back to sleep, woke up again, it was 9:35. I was like, wow. Latest I've slept in a long, 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 long time. But great day, man. Great day. Watching Garth last night. Played everything. A lot of fun. I kind of cheated. I had the set list. Well, let me rephrase. I looked up the set list from his concert in Arkansas last weekend because he's doing the stadium tour, so he played at University of Arkansas at Razorback Stadium last weekend. And so I looked up the set list, so it kind of cheated because he actually played it was very similar, like sequentially and all that sort of stuff. So I kept telling Eric, I was like, like when the encore was starting, I'm like, let's go. And she's like, no, we're staying. So finally, like the last song, it's like, look, this is his last song. Like, let's go. To try to beat, and so we did. So we raced out. We catch the elevator down. And we parked over by walk-ons though, so we had to kind of beeline it over to walk-ons. We parked in Southgate Towers. So anyway, so it was a walk. It was a walk. We're hoping we could catch some dudes with a bike. There was some girl on a golf cart. I said, working for LSU, I said, I'll give you $200 right now if you will drive me to walk-ons. She's like, I can't. She stopped and she's like, I have to go pick somebody up right now. I'm like, God, dog it. Okay. Anyway. But, hey, man. Oh, I thought that was Drew scampering through here. Is he still sleeping?
You're excited for him without me? Here.
Well, I thought he was scampering. You don't need that reaction. Oh, babe. Huh? My foot's flaring up. So we finally get back to the car, and it dumps us out on Nicholson. We're moving. I'm just telling the whole concert story. I'll talk about the concert. Erica don't want me to tell you the story because we're zooming down. I make a left on Lee to go to Burbank, and we stop, and we're not moving at all. Way long story short is they had Lee closed. You could not turn onto Burbank from Lee, but they let us turn off of Nicholson onto Lee. There were people who were just snaking through that Rouse's parking lot just to get to Burbank because they closed off Lee. Made no sense whatsoever. I crossed the median, went into the gas station across the street, and then accessed Burbank from there. And then we kind of zipped home. So anyway, all in all, really fun day. Party at walk-ons beforehand was so much fun. Got to see a ton of people out there. Alex and Megan Nunez, aka Megan Making Money, got to see them. The Hesters were there, pre-gaming it a bit. My guy Jeff Hudson of Hudco Roofing, he and Sherry Hudson, got to hang out with them for a good bit before as well. So great day. It's a really great day, all around. So let's say some good mornings. LSU baseball lost. Admittedly, days like yesterday are really weird because for such a long period of time, I'm not around a TV or I don't have great internet access or connectivity. So a lot of stuff, like I didn't get to watch every pick of the, or every pitch of the baseball game. They had it on at walk-ons. It buffered a bit. I tried to keep an eye on it. I'm super bummed that LSU actually got to Jonathan Cannon and lost the game. Like if you told me they scored 7 runs against Georgia on a day where Jonathan Cannon pitched, I'd have been like, Tigers win. But Georgia hit 6 homers in the game. I mean, that's a bummer. So, Blake Money has really struggled of late. Just 2 innings pitched. Hasty came in and gave you 3 innings. But then Collins, Cooper, Vittmeyer, Razelman, Edwards, all the rest of the way, they all allowed runs. So, except Cooper. Excuse me, Cooper did not. But bummer, man. I didn't look. We talked about it, right? We thought that if they were going to win this series, games 1 and 3 were their best chances, and that still stands. But boy, man, if you would have told me they chased Jonathan Cannon after 5 and scored 4 runs on 8 hits. He only struck out 1 and walked 1. When he only walked 3 all year. I'd have been like, oh man, Tigers, big. Didn't work out. So, see if they can go win the series today. That squirrel's back. He found his little hole. That's interesting. So the squirrel buried some acorns or something in the straw over there, and he's crawling back. He found it. Good for him. Hi, bud. Okay. And then let's see, 6 LSU players drafted yesterday, and then you had more that signed as undrafted free agents. So we know that you had hang on. There we go. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to go sequentially through the picks. But they had 6 players. LSU had 6 players drafted yesterday, which was cool. A big day. So we saw on Friday Ed Ingram go in round 2, Flott and TDP went in round 3, and then things got kicked off yesterday. Pun. Cade York went in the 4th round to the Browns, which is freaking amazing. First kicker ever taken in LSU history. Neil Farrell Jr. went to Dallas. I'm sorry, went to the Raiders. Went to the Raiders in round 4. Damone Clark went to Dallas, so he came off the board in round 5. So I was glad to see Damone get picked. Whenever he started slipping, I really started to worry that the injury had taken him off of everybody's board. So I was glad to see him go in round 5. Austin Deculus got picked in round 6. Guy played more games than any player in the history of LSU football. I really thought that just the wear and tear on his body might take him off of teams' draft boards. But congrats. I mean, to hear your name called is awesome. So, Deculus is from, I think he's from Mamou, but lived in Texas whenever he signed with LSU. So, you get to go to a place where he's familiar. Chasen Hines got drafted in round 6 by the New England Patriots. So, a really good day. And then it was so cool to see Andre Anthony get picked. Got picked by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in round 7. And Anthony's a guy that, had he been healthy, obviously, it would have heard his name called much sooner. And if he can stay in healthy in the pros, I think he could have a really good career. That's the if right now. But anyway, so all right, let's say some good mornings. I rambled a lot there. Say some good morning, see what y'all got. Truax, what's up, man? Quentin Brakebill, Jacob Falcon. He did play Colin Baton Rouge, of course. Joey Vincent, good morning. Yeah, great to see you yesterday. Joey and his wife were there at walk-ons. Very cool seeing you yesterday as well. David Coslin, good morning. Thane Bergeron, good morning from Salt Lake City. Amy Burley, everyone's dragging around here. What an amazing concert last night. Garth was amazing. He played everything. He played for a long time. So I think Erica said he went on at 8:12. And he played he played, how long did he play, babe? Well, he went on. You said at 8:12,
It
right?
was like eight, somebody told me it was gonna be at 8:15, but so I looked at my watch, and it was like a couple minutes, that person kind of moved there, it was like 8:12 or something.
Okay, so we went on around 8:15, and when did we leave? We left on the last song.
10:40.
10:40 is when we walked out of there.
Something like that.
So 2.5 hours he played. He played pretty much everything. I mean, I'm trying to think.
So much fun.
It was. He played, I mean, he put on a great show, and he played everything. It's so much fun when you know over. So he even said that was like, people come to concerts to hear the songs they know, the old stuff. So I mean, he played everything. Now he played some covers. He played some country stuff I didn't know. What was the Amarillo thing? What is that?
I can't believe how much that's all.
I don't know any country
I
music.
think I'm more country than I thought.
You are way country.
I'm like a cowgirl now.
You're a total cowgirl.
Everybody let me have.
And see,
Yeah. You're such a
Erica was very, very, very leery about. She had a hat and like cowboy hat and this like tasseled vest thing, fringe vest thing. She was very leery about wearing it. I was like, she's like, am I gonna look stupid? Like, babe,
It was a costume. I felt like I needed to be in Bean. It was a whole
Like,
deal.
do you think you're the only person there that's gonna be in a cowboy hat? Ryan Amanda Guidry, Jason Horn, Matt Workman, Abram Smith signed with the Saints as undrafted. I need to look at the undrafted free agent list. I know for the Saints draft, we didn't talk about what they did yesterday. I don't know anything about the linebacker from Appalachian State, and I don't know anything about the defensive tackle they took from Air Force. But I'm good with taking a defensive tackle and a linebacker. I mean, you needed help at both of those spots. You don't know what the future will be with Quan Alexander, and so you added some depth at inside backer. I'm good with that, and hopefully the defensive tackle from Air Force can be a dude that that can be an immediate part of your rotation. All right, let's see. I did see, however, that the Saints, I didn't look at all of their undrafted free agents, but I did see they got Smoke Monday, which is crazy to me. When the Saints picked in round 5, Kyron Williams was still on the board, and that's the running back I told you I liked in this draft for the Saints. And they didn't pick him, they went linebacker, which, okay. But the fact they got Smoke Monday is bonkers. They also, all right, so they signed Abram Smith, who's a running back from Baylor. I'm looking at the list here. Joel DeBlanco, a linebacker from Cincinnati. Rashid Shaheed, a wide receiver from Weber State. Lucas Krull, tight end from Pittsburgh. They needed tight end help. DeMarcus Fields, who's a cornerback from Texas Tech. Nafai Sewell, a linebacker from Utah. A lot of linebackers, y'all, you can tell. Smoke Monday, the safety from Auburn, who I like a lot. I mean, I was surprised Smoke Monday was still on the board or went undrafted. So it's good to show you, like, good players, like good college players, a lot of times go unpicked, and you have an opportunity. So Smoke Monday is one of them. Jack Corner, a safety out of Iowa. I'm not going to tell you anything about these people, y'all. They signed a kicker, John Parker Romo from Virginia Tech. Eric Wilson, offensive line from Penn State. Daniel Whalen, punter from UC Davis. And that's all. All right, Brian Pinton, good morning. Alvino Frazier, Matt, are you hungover? Not hungover, man, but I am. I feel fine, but man, I'm just tired. It's a long day. Like when you get out there at 2, and when you're out there in the sun for like 8 hours, and you're drinking and all, I mean, it's a long day. Walked a ton, George Reitmeyer, Hunter Fournette, Larry Garner, Jesse Brown. What do you grade the Saints draft class? They definitely went quality over quantity again, which is fine with me. But the fact that your 2 biggest needs that you had were offensive tackle and wide receiver, and you got them with first-round picks, that's awesome. That's what you need. You needed defensive tackle help, you got it. And the other thing I'd say is you need safety help, and I guess they got that with Alontae Taylor, who can play safety. So Let me see what role Alante Taylor ends up playing on this team. That I'll have a much better sense of this draft, but I like what they did at the top. Joseph Armato, Kevin Thomas, good morning. Ultimate Warrior. Normal Guy, hello. Trivia Carter, Stuart Boudreaux. Hunter, they unlocked a new way to lose to an ace. It was, yeah. Brett Dagro, morning Scone, went to the baseball game yesterday. We sucked, we lost, and still got the cannon. Hope we save our bullpen and burn UGAs. I would think if you get a good start today from the combination of Dutton and Taylor, you should win this game. Like we talked about it before the series, y'all. I mean, games 1 and 3 were going to be LSU's best chances to win, but we were not assuming that LSU would have gotten through to Cannon. You did, which would have put you in position to sweep. Put position going into today for a sweep. I mean, had you pitched a little better, and you didn't, so it's a bummer. Tomas Pena, good morning. Saints UDFA's going great. D, Ask E-Rock today. We can look if you got Ask E-Rocks, fire away. Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, surprised about Smoke Monday. Yeah, so Brett Dagro said fireworks last night, Auburn, Tennessee, the bat flip by Auburn. I saw that. So Auburn hit a homer, bat flipped. Vitello grabbed the bat and threw it back at the Auburn dugout. Tony Vitello has a comeuppance headed his way, and I don't want to throw out baseless accusations, but there's enough kind of whispers around the game of college baseball about Tennessee doctoring bats and gloves that you sort of wonder, is there validity behind it? And maybe, just maybe, and when you look at him, you're like, yeah, I can believe that guy's doing that. He's got it coming to him. His whole team does. Rene DeBlanc, Fitness is watching. Ultimate Warrior. Olave and Harris in the slots are going to be nasty. You play Olave out wide too, man. We're on a 4-3-8. Play him out wide. Y'all forget Michael Thomas plays in the slot a lot too. Murder Giraffe, yo. Greg T, saw a draft analyst grade the Saints draft a C-, even graded their day one as a C. That's because it's because draft analysts don't like trading up. They don't like giving up assets. That's why. So you don't make a 3rd or 4th round pick, and they're going to see that as a negative. Where the thing we talk about a bunch is when you've been as good as the Saints have been for as long as they've been consistently, you don't necessarily have 7 roster spots for draft picks. So, if you got 2 or 3 immediate starters, great. Casey Smith, morning Matt, saw my wife tracked you down yesterday. Before the concert. It was so good. When Eric and I were walking from walk-ons to the concert, great. It was very cool. A lot of people who saw us stopped us to say hey, which was very cool. And Casey, I'm fairly certain that your wife is the one who stopped me. We did a Snapchat for you. That was so good. Because she was just going to take a picture. So she was going to take a picture, or I think maybe she had Snapchat. We kept alternating. Like she was going to take a picture, and I started talking. She's like, "Oh, you want to do a video?" And I just was like posing for a picture. Then she was just doing Snap. Anyway, yes, but it was great to see her. I'm very, very glad she said hello. That was very, very nice of her. Let's see. Tomas DeMarco Jackson, linebacker, is well-balanced player, good in everything, great in none. Reminds Pete Werner a bit. Well, shoot, man, Pete Werner better be a starter this year. So better do better than just a well-balanced linebacker. Merrick Mathern, good morning. Let's see. Rory, ESPN giving us a low grade because of the Taylor pick at 49. Tennessee DBs gave Bama hell when I watched that game. Well, I'm supremely disinterested with how draft classes are graded by analysts. Because we don't know what the team had on their big board, what they had on their needs, how they're constructing their roster. So I know I get why people go and look at those draft grades and also because you want feedback on it, and I do understand, but I'm wholly unmoved by that. I mean, these are the same people. The people that are grading the drafts are the same people that had Malik Willis going in the top 10. I mean, God bless, guy who goes in round 3. You know, come on. Greg T, like our chances with Fontenot and Gervais available in the back end. I agree. Just hit the ball today. What you need is a good start from Dutton and Taylor, the combo they're in. Let's see, Eric, random tidbit, was looking for draft props. They have SEC win totals posted. LSU at 6. Thought you were on the money at 7.5. Wow, 6. Now, so that's football, saying that LSU is projected to win 6 games. I'll tell you, man, I will be surprised if they're 6-6. I would hope for this team would be 7-5. 6-6 would be very disappointing. Let's see, DA, Matt, getting mixed reviews about Hennig at the combine. You mean Penning? Here he was killing it. Here he was getting manhandled. Not sure what to think. Your thoughts? My thoughts are that the Saints have done a really good job drafting linemen over the years. They know what they're looking for. I think Trevor Penning is a dude with a really mean, nasty streak. He's athletic, play tackle. Let's roll. D. Ask E-Rock. Off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get up there. Make it good. You forgot AFR presented by One Cigar Bar. I'm Matt. Paul O'Neill. Muso. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get to make it good. Oh, by the way, it's a home day. Well done, though. Casey, that was your one. We did the Snapchat. I now need to go get on Snapchat, which I've been on in a long time, to see if she tagged me in it. Let's see. Now the draft is over. Do the Saints sign Honey Badger or Jarvis? I would say better chance that they sign Tyron, although I'm curious what his number is and if he will budge from it. Adrian Bailey, good morning. Do you know if Rosenthal latched on with someone as an undrafted free agent? That's a good question. Check Twitter. I mean, usually the undrafted free agent signings happen within 15 minutes after the draft. Like, it's a very, very, very quick process. Doesn't say. I don't see it on Twitter anyway. D. Said, ask E-Rock, when you move into a new house, is it customary to introduce yourself to your neighbors, or should they walk over and introduce themselves to you first?
I feel like that's awkward. I'm never going to go introduce myself.
I think the existing neighbor should be neighborly and come welcome the new people. That's what I think. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Hunter, it was amazing. Stevenson and Pearson went deep back to back. That was really cool. How about the 2 freshmen? That was awesome. Gave LSU the early lead. Reed Rule, how about Matt McMahon landing a 5-star over the weekend? Saw that as well. I wonder if LSU is getting its NIL collective together, because there's really no reason that Matt McMahon would be landing a 5-star when facing sanctions if you weren't having something of significance to offer. So I'll be curious about that. But it's I mean, look, it's the rules now, and it's awesome. Dave and Dur, good morning. Don't forget to smash the like button. Garth Quake. It was when he played when he started, it was ear splitting, and when he finished calling Baton Rouge, it was as loud in there as I think I've ever heard it. I mean,
That was several times.
but it was different when it got loud for sure. But it was packed. I mean, there were. I mean, it's that I haven't seen it that full for an LSU game in a long time. I mean, that's not a knock; it's just reality. They don't put 102,000 in there for football anymore. But it was packed, and then they also had 10,000 people on the floor. You know, I mean, it might not have been 10, but on the floor, it was a lot. I mean, the stage probably took up 20 yards, and it was the width of the field. It was an oval. It was almost like the shape of a football, and it was in the north end zone. Let's say from what would have been like the 10 to the 30, right around there, and the whole width of the field. But on the backside of it, toward the tunnel where LSU comes out, and then the whole rest of the field were all chairs. I mean, sideline to sideline, it was packed. I mean, they had to have 110,000 people in there at least. It was loud, bro. I mean, it was ear splitting at points. So much like I could hear him at times. Like when he was talking, so like.
I felt my phone vibrating. Isn't that weird? Like whenever it was so loud, my phone was like vibrating. Isn't that weird?
Maybe. D said, I'm just here for Ask You Rock today. Well, here's your shot. Fire away. Garth is going to play in Tuscaloosa and play Calling Baton Rouge. I'm sure he will. I mean, it's a huge hit. Played it in Arkansas last week. Dave, how long did it take you to get home? Babe, what time did we get home?
We got home a little before 12.
So it was about
An hour.
an hour. About an hour to get home.
I was expecting 2 hours. I was expecting more than that. It was an hour.
And it should have been like 20 minutes. You can roll your eyes.
Grumpy old man. You're becoming Gramps. A grumpy old man. I don't know what's happening. What's happened to you? It wasn't a big deal. Like, you told Jennifer to expect us to be home so late. Like,
Because I thought the show was going to last long.
that's an hour. Like, it was fine. You're just like a grumpy old man now. You gotta get back to your, like, laid back ways.
Did I have a laid back day yesterday?
I'm talking like,
blah, 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 blah.
I was chill all day. And I'm not chill.
Was that chill all day?
Until we got caught.
Until I got stuck in traffic
Okay?
because
Part of it.
the Baton Rouge Police Department
It's part of it.
let us turn off of Nicholson onto Lee, and it would not let you turn from Lee to Burbank.
You want itsy bitsy? Okay.
Jesse Post, good morning. Brown Bear 765. Moved into our home yesterday. Tired, sore, not looking forward to organizing everything. Well, congrats on the purchase of the new home. That's awesome. Mark, good morning. Greg Phillips, Brian Fletcher. 6 and 7 records scored, most behind Georgia with 10. Dane Bergeron, it is amazing LSU had so many players drafted given the season they just had. Dane, it's actually reverse. It's amazing they had the season they just had given the talent they have. And that's a complete indictment on Ed Orgeron because, as I've told you for a long time now, he's not a good head football coach. He's not a very good organizer. He's not very good at much other than recruiting and being a defensive line coach. So that's that. Brian Fletcher, Dave, what's up, Dave Schultz? Good morning. Michael Kleber, Robbie White. He played Amarillo by Morning. Damn, yeah. You still haven't told me who sings that. So that's George Strait.
Yeah, I don't
Okay. George Strait. He played that song. He did a couple of covers. So he did that one because there was a girl in the front who had a sign that said Amarillo AM or whatever. And he said, you drove all this way to come to this concert to request somebody else's song. It was pretty funny. So he played that, and then he played Night Moves by Bob Seger. And I don't know, he might have played another cover somewhere along the way. I didn't recognize the country stuff he played. Dane Bergeron, Scone, beat your face that you don't know Amarillo by morning. Dane Bergeron, beat your own face. I don't like country music. I don't like George Strait, Alan Jackson, Randy Travis. I don't like it, any of it. I mean, Garth Brooks was a top 40 megastar all throughout the 90s, so I know all of his stuff. Mark said, huh? Bret Michaels would have been my choice for a draft day concert. I don't think Bret Michaels was going to put 110,000 people in Tiger Stadium, bro. Kelly Gross, what's up? Scone was drinking MD 2020 last night if he did not recognize a George Strait song. Dane, I don't know country. I could not name not one single George Strait song. Not one. I don't know a single George Strait song. Not one. Jerry, good morning, Matt. Bullpen has been good all year. They were due for a rough game. Big game for the Tigers today. Louis Malhoit, good morning. Where are we?
What happened for the first time ever yesterday?
What?
Everybody talks to you, yells your name, wants pictures with you. I had 3 people take pictures with
They
me.
did.
Everybody wanted pictures with me.
They did.
Not the boys, the girls. No
So-
but all the wives.
So Joey Vincent, who we saw at walk-ons, who's watching this morning, his wife asked for a picture with E-Rock.
2 different girls as we were walking from after we saw Dr. B, and then once we got close to the stadium, that whole crew like there, 2 different like wives.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
We stopped a few times to take pictures on the way into the
No
stadium.
dudes, but just the girls. So sweet.
All the dudes took pictures with me on the way to the stadium. Erica got to take pictures with all the wives. Oh, that's funny. What's up, Jerry DeLucky? For a team in limbo as far as sanctions and stuff, the basketball staff is doing quite well with the new commits. They are. I mean, Matt McMahon, it's transfer portal NIL is allowing him the opportunity to rebuild this roster quickly. I mean, with the transfers and with some of the commitments he's gotten, it's impressive. I mean, I thought he would have built a roster around guys like Kendall Coleman. And no disrespect, but Coleman had a double-double against LSU when they played last year. But I figured it'd be a guy from Northwestern State, some of the Murray State transfers, like you basically would have been building a group of 5 roster around, or mid-major roster at a Power 5. But
Oh wait, you know who I'm the new biggest fan of?
who? Why don't you come in here because they're not going to be able to hear you?
Oh, I'm helping him.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the grocery list.
Okay, well, you can do it right here.
It's too close, so I can't to the phone.
What do you mean?
They're just fucking too close.
Why?
Too loud.
Well, they can't hear you over there.
What's for me to tell you? And you
Oh.
tell them.
Okay.
Megan, Macon, Monkey, and her husband are like the 2 nicest people.
Oh,
That girl and her husband are so genuine, so sincere.
yeah, they're great people.
Like, I think she bets on stuff, or I don't know what she really
She
does.
works for Barstool, yeah.
Yeah,
So she's like a gambling Barstool
yeah,
person.
so she is the nicest human. I mean, her and her husband, I am huge fans.
Oh,
Yes.
very sweet. They're great. So Barstool had like a party deck at the walk-ons pre-show party, and so we walked in. Alex, who's Megan Nunes, Megan Making Money. Alex is her husband. Alex spotted me and waved us up there. And so we got to spend a lot of time with him yesterday, which was really great. Very, very, you're right, very genuine people, awesome people. Talked a ton about Drew.
Yeah. Anybody who's gonna sit there at a party with, crazy party with alcohol and bands and music and like a wild party is gonna sit there and talk about Drew
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, it's the house phone ringing.
The house phone's ringing. The landline's ringing. Who is that?
Hello.
The landline. We just got to call him the landline from Erica's mom. 70-year-old people and Erica use landlines. Let's see. Rode Yule, I don't see a place in the lineup for Dugas anymore. Maybe DH against lefties. Maybe so. Or, again, maybe it's a spot where if you feel like it's an offensive day. Rode Yule, I would say the same thing about catcher, right? It's, and I've said this all along, people think, when we've talked about Milazzo. See, it's not to say that Travinsky or McManus would never play. I mean, there could be a game in the weekend series where you think it's going to be more of an offensive game, so you want a better bat in there, so you start McManus. Cool. Like same thing here. If you want to put a right-hander in the lineup against a lefty, you start Dugas against Stevenson, or maybe if there's a late game switch and you want defense in the outfield, you put him in as the defensive replacement. Yeah, I mean, there's ways that they can play. They can both play. Pat Forty's head's going to explode if LSU gets more good basketball commits. I don't think so, Jerry. I understand, but Pat Forty's beef was with Will Wade, and Will's gone, so I don't think we'll hear much from him anymore at all. Jason Austin, how long did you sit in traffic? We bolted. I had the set list, so we bolted. This is the last song, so we got out of the stadium quickly. What?
You're becoming an old man. It's so funny because I'm usually like the party pooper who doesn't want to do anything.
That's true.
And you were me yesterday. Ugh, I'm annoying. I'm annoying. I'll tell you that much. Because you were me, and I kind of didn't like it. So I'm gonna be a new person because I don't want you to do with that and me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I gave you a taste of your own medicine.
Reversal. I was so aggravated.
Well, taste your own medicine.
I was happy in the traffic. I'm like singing, have fun playlist on. I mean, we could have it so much worse. And then we saw that awful wreck. Somebody died last night.
The motorcycle did.
I'm sure.
Oh, you don't know. Come on, don't say
Matt.
Erica, don't say.
I'm not being funny or ugly. Like that was.
No, I know, but
somebody may have died last night. How about that? It was terrible.
There was a wreck on Bourbon.
Yeah, I mean, so we were in
Car
an
and
air-conditioned car. We just had like the nicest day ever. Sweet, we had like we lived like the rich and famous yesterday, and everybody, country. First of all, let me tell you this: country people are the nicest humans ever. Okay, I have never met so many nice people. If you're going to a country concert, you're nice. You have a different type of like spirit about you. You have a different type of like just presence, aura. Everybody was so kind and friendly, and nobody was pissed off, and nobody was angry for most of the night. And then it was just like the nicest group of people to be with and to be around. Walk into the stadium with a million people pushing, and that we were like in that area where you couldn't move. Like everybody was just so nice. I love country people. I'm a huge fan of the country folk now.
Did Garth sing my favorite hit of his, the Rough Rider anthem? Craig, that's not Garth Brooks, bro.
Anyway, I have a lot of respect for country people now. I want to be one. I
do. Okay. Let's see. Kyle Michael Milliken, the landline alert. They're all having it, the landline. Matt, you're an old man, but E-Rock has a landline, LOL.
Yeah, that's right.
E-Rock said Matt was the Debbie Downer last night.
Only at the end. I will give you credit. You were very fun.
I had a great day.
You were very fun until you walked like a speed walker to get to the car. You left me in the dust, first of all.
I did. I tweeted, behind every great man, ... is a woman slowing his pace as he tries to feverishly avoid concert traffic or something like that.
Some old grumpy man, yeah, because I got plantar fasciitis and I've been on my feet all day. And so I could not haul it like that going home. I mean, if you got to the car 30 seconds before me, what were you going to do, leave?
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't.
I was just setting the pace.
I had the key. You couldn't do nothing.
I was setting the pace.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I had the key. So get to the car and just stand there. And I wasn't dawdling, like I just could not
I was setting
fast.
the pace.
Anyway.
Stephen Beach, poser alert. It's a Terrio reference. Right.
Oh, I was a poser, but then I became one. I morphed into a country person yesterday. He does what I do. Like if I want something and I do a high pitched voice, he does that too. Okay, another sesame. Come on.
Okay. Shout out to Brock, y'all. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. You need an orthopedist, go to Brock. The After Hours Clinic is open today. And of course, Hudco Roofing and HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. That's us. That's Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. We would love the opportunity. Oh, yep, Dave, great point. Dave said jingle time. Thank you, Dave. Great, let's do it.
When you need a roof.
D.
It's nuts.
Ask Iraq how many deputies got their names butchered last night.
Huh?
How many deputies got their names butchered last night?
What does that mean?
Colonel Pickering. Officer
Oh,
Pickering.
from me. I was looking for him. I wondered if he was going to be working. None, but there was a lot of friendly. Everybody was so nice. I just can't get over that.
Read Rule, ask Iraq favorite Garth song not named Call in Baton Rouge.
Oh. I mean, that's it. I'm sorry to tell you that. It is. I do like Friends in Low Places because it's just like a fun song.
That was fun last time.
That was fun. I like his slow songs too. But I never knew I know all the words, but I don't know what they mean.
It was funny that you had to sing the dance, and I was like, at the end, I was like, this is a song about people that break up.
I didn't realize that.
He's basically like, he enjoyed, it ended bad, but he enjoyed the journey. And so, had he known how it would have ended, he
wouldn't have done the dance?
He might not have gone through the journey. Yeah.
Oh, that's really sentimental. It's weird. It's kind of like my reading comprehension. I read words, but I don't really, you know what I mean? Like I'm not focused. I'm not focused on what the words mean. I had no idea that was a sad song.
Ultimate Warrior. I always leave concerts or clubs 20 minutes early.
Oh, wah, wah, wah.
R.D. the Real Mayonnaise Kid, ask Iraq, would you rather have golf balls and mustard thrown at you or a baseball bat?
Thrown at me? Probably a bat, because it's just one thing.
Duval Production Group, any plans for HUDCO to expand to the Houston area? So, to have a home base office, maybe eventually, but if you have like large commercial jobs, we can do that now in Houston. We can. It's just a strange thing about licensing. Like, you don't have to have a Texas-specific license. We obviously have our license here, but you don't have to have a Texas-specific license. So we could do jobs in Houston. Brian Hill, NFL media can take them draft grades and stick it where it stank. Stick it where it stank. Let's see. Samuel Smith, game coins going to the moon in 10 years. My bank account is going to be solid. I'd say less than 10 years. Wait till the summer. It'll be a lot of fun. Team was out of shape. Was out of shape bad. Some of the other coaches deserve blame as well. Oh, Edward, yes. Okay, got it. All right, cut up a pork belly. Where are we? Alex Barnes, when do we get to hear the GOAT Moscona win best of 225? I don't know, man. I don't know when they announce that. I think maybe in the summer, maybe June when they do that. But thank you to everybody who voted for best 225, by the way. Always an honor to be nominated. Garth is calling Morning Scone on the landline.
He's like the nicest guy. I am loving country people right now. He's about how nice he was.
Garth Brooks?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about it.
And first of all, I learned yesterday he's 60 years old. What?
60.
He uses some good skincare. His face, he has a baby face.
He also has a beard.
I kind of think he's hot. I don't know why.
And he dyes his hair.
So?
Okay.
He has hair.
Okay.
Don't hate on him for dyeing it.
I'm not.
Okay. Why'd you say that?
Well, because if part of your youthful appearance is the fact that you have like jet black hair at 60 years old,
I don't think that's part of his youthful appearance.
Okay.
Because even with the cowboy hat on, you can't see his face, or can't see his hair, he still looks youthful.
Yeah, it was great.
And I guess because he bounces around the stadium and he's just got so much energy.
Yes.
He's just so nice. Like, he's just like I just love country. I don't know why. It was such a good experience yesterday. You know?
I don't want to go to country shows, though. I don't like the genre. I don't.
What if I want to be a cowgirl?
You can be okay. And listen, we have 100.7 The Tiger is one of our stations. We have tickets to all the. You can go. Go with your mom. I'll watch Drew. You can go with your mom at any show you want.
I'm debating becoming a fan.
Okay. Trivia card, of course, ask E-Rock when I'm doing something.
Trivia? Stop doing something.
Yeah, he's sitting there commenting.
Yeah, I never get it. I never get it.
Let's see. Any more. Oh, Jerry said, Matt, you're not the only guy that hates to sit in traffic.
Okay, let me tell you this, Jerry. I don't love sitting in traffic. I do not enjoy traffic. But I went yesterday with the intention of... I'm still talking.
E-Rock, check out the video of the dance. You'll see how sad of a song it really is.
Oh, no. No, I'll cry. I don't do that.
She cries during the The Baton Rouge General commercials every time.
Baton Rouge, the slow
They call them Baton Rouge.
Thank God we
version
didn't get
of,
out the sled. So let me tell you, Jerry, I do not like traffic. I hate traffic. But I went yesterday knowing, first of all, I expected much more traffic to get down there. We zipped down there in 30 minutes.
We did.
So
went early enough.
You know, but still, I was expecting a good 2-hour traffic ride home. And it wasn't. I was delighted. I thought it was great. I mean, we sat in traffic because there was 102,000 people leaving that stadium.
We only sat in traffic. And I had no problem with sitting in traffic. The problem I was prepared to sit in traffic. The problem was they should never have let us turn from Nicholson onto Lee.
Well, guess what
if
Waze was
Lee
telling
was
us to
not
do?
a
What did
through
Waze tell us
street.
to do?
I don't care what. There was a police officer right
It
there.
said to turn on East Boyd, and you didn't.
It doesn't matter, Eric.
If you would have turned on East Boyd, it would have brought you up to Burbank, where we went straight.
And if you can turn on to East Boyd, I couldn't see down East Boyd to see if they would let you through. And if they were going to let you turn on East Boyd, there's no reason they wouldn't let you turn on Lee. Okay. But there was a police officer right there. I could have just kept going straight through down Nicholson to Bluebonnet.
Yeah.
But the officer was allowing cars to turn into a dead end.
Okay.
And so then you had people snaking through a parking lot of a grocery
Maybe
Rouse's.
he had a bad day yesterday.
Anyway,
E-Rock,
you have
it
to
was
be...
okay, Jerry. The traffic was, honestly, I enjoyed the time in the car.
E-Rock has to be able to name 5 country songs to be a country fan.
Oh, I forgot 5. Don't Kiss the... I'm a big Tim McGraw fan.
Oh, he played... she sang that.
She's in love with the boy.
What's her name?
Trisha.
Trisha
She's in love with the boy.
And they did Shallow. Shallow.
Yeah, oh, that was good. No, I know that's not his song, but that was so good. I love that song.
Kevin Gallagher. I assume that's the Kevin Gallagher I know. Saw you walk into the stadium last night, Matt. Refrained from hollering at you. I wish you had. Hope all's well, man. If that is the Kevin Gallagher, I think it is. But even if it's not, still appreciate you for...
$7 o'clock.
Lane Oakley. Concert was unreal. Couldn't get a lift until 2 a.m.
Well, I knew that. Like, people. You thought you were going to get Lyft or Uber, really?
Any Lyft or Uber driver
Well, they couldn't come get you.
should have been working last night. You should have just been parked outside the stadium ready to roll. Or as close as you could get, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Saints nailed the draft. Taylor pick was a question for me. I'm optimistic about the Saints. Okay. I think we're about done, y'all.
Nothing else. I'm sitting here. There's nothing else. They're not fans anymore. No more fans.
Okay. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Have an awesome day. We'll see you. Peace.